I'm Lauridsen from the Mercury News. I'm Ravi, Kapur. Welcome to Game 5 of the 2017 NBA Finals, where the Golden State Warriors wrap up their second NBA title in 3 seasons. A hard-fought victory against the Cavaliers on their home floor. They didn't quite get an undefeated postseason, but 16-1 is pretty good.
Still spectacular redemption for the Warriors. A year ago at this time, they were in the midst of a stunning defeat. But this year, they found a way to get it done, and it started with the new addition, Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, who was named MVP of the Finals tonight, 41 points for LeBron James, 39 to counter for Kevin Durant. Both stars were spectacular, and I think the KD addition really countered LeBron James, who forced his will last season and those final 3 games that cost the Warriors the title, and Durant was clearly the difference.
Whenever the Warriors needed points tonight, Kevin Durant was there for them. He was their lifeline. Steph Curry as well, in isolation, driving to the basket, finding a way to create offense when the Warriors were struggling. It was a huge aspect of the game. Not really Steve Kerr's style, but in the 5th game of the NBA Finals, to close out, you take whatever you can get.
Let's break down, obviously, Steph Curry, another tremendous performance here in the Finals. I think some of that baggage from yesteryear that he doesn't step up in the Finals can disappear now with another 30-point performance tonight, along with 10 assists. But I got to talk about Andre Iguodala, a guy who, let's face it, is a free agent, may not be back on the squad a year from now, and yet he scored 20 points and was that huge third cog to help Durant and Curry get over the hump.
The way Andre Iguodala has been talking, he wants to be back with the Warriors, and I think they're going to find a way to get it done. He showed why he's so important to this team this evening. He was a huge presence on offense, which he usually isn't. He was out running in transition, he was hitting 3-pointers, and his defense against LeBron James was spectacular. He made life difficult for him all night long, which was a huge factor for the Warriors.
I thought this was the most textured performance of all the games. This was back and forth. The Cavs certainly did not look overwhelmed by the moment, being down 3-1. They played very well, kept the Warriors on their heels throughout the half and into the third. But talk about some of the role players, the Cavaliers. I mean, J.R. Smith played really well. Tristan Thompson, his best game of the Finals. Everyone stepped up. Kyrie and LeBron did their thing. The only guy who really didn't play well was Kevin Love.
The Cavs kept making shots when they needed to. Whenever it looked like they might slip away, J.R. Smith, one of the other Cavs, found a way to make a big basket. But in the end, the Warriors were just relentless. They were able to get consistent offense from their stars. And these games, the closeout games of the NBA Finals, are really where stars are defined. That happened tonight for the Warriors.
Did the Warriors fulfill every promise that you had a year ago? I mean, with 67 wins and a 16-1 postseason, or are there still more for this team to accomplish?
There's always more. I think that this team wanted to have an undefeated postseason. I think that the defeat in Game 4 really was difficult for them. They also have a standard that they're always playing to, a high level. Kerr preaches about them playing the game the right way, and I think that they can still improve upon that. So we're going to see a great bit of basketball, I think, for the Warriors over the next few years. I
don't want to turn to next year so quickly, but if you look at these two teams, they're both suited very well to have another rematch. What do the Cavaliers need to do to get back here and to overcome the Warriors? And what do the Warriors need to do to stay on top?
I think the Cavs need to emulate the Warriors a bit. They need to find more defense. They need to find another scorer who can help Kyrie and LeBron consistently. They were the team that had the dry patches this year, like the Warriors did last year. So it's now up to them to find another piece, to retool, and to be competitive.
One other small role player I want to acknowledge is Patrick McCaw, a guy I think who's coming into his own. I saw some videos earlier of him and Andre Iguodala really bonding, that kind of almost like an older and younger brother. Talk about McCaw's play, because I thought he really had a small impact, but a great one at the time.
Anytime a rookie can step into the NBA Finals and make a contribution, that's pretty incredible. McCaw is poised beyond his years. He looks like he belongs. He was able to contribute to the Warriors' defense, and he had some big putbacks and points for them when they were scrapping, and the Warriors were really trying to extend the lead.
Finally, we got to give a tip of the cap to the We Believe team, because Matt Barnes will get a ring, and Adam and I have been covering the Warriors since that time.
We've come full circle.
We really have. Talk about Matt Barnes briefly. Talk about the We Believe team. I know Steven Jackson felt very connected to this squad. What does this whole victory mean for you, especially the fact that it took place here at Oracle, the first championship won by a Bay Area franchise since the A's did it in the 70s?
The We Believe team was a team that overcame all the odds. They scrapped. They found a way to beat the clear favorite and to make a name for themselves. Now the Warriors are the clear favorite. In a decade, they've become the dominant team, and this is a year that the team finally lived up to their promise. So it's a connection for Warriors fans who remember what they were like back in the day when they couldn't compete, when they weren't making the playoffs, when it was exceptional for them just to have a chance to play at the end of April. They've come a long way in a decade.
And finally, Steve Kerr has been dealing with health problems the last couple of years. What is his future with the Warriors? What do you think that, will he be able to come back next season?
I think Kerr wants to coach for as long as he possibly can, and you can simply hope that his health recovers, that he feels comfortable enough to be on the sidelines. He loves this. He's tremendously talented at it, so you want Steve Kerr to be able to coach for as long as he possibly can.
And he became one of the only 4 coaches ever to win 2 titles in his first 3 seasons coaching. So clearly a tremendous team he inherited, built upon, and this franchise is set up for many years to come. Well, Adam, that's going to wrap it up. By the way, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Quite a birthday present for you.
Thank you.
Here, a second title for longtime Warriors followers like ourselves. We didn't think this was possible, and here we are on the floor after all these years, and they've got 2 championships in 3 seasons.
It's spectacular. It's just a wonderful moment for Warriors fans to enjoy.
For Adam Lauridsen, I'm Ravi Kapur. Hopefully we'll see you next year right back here at the NBA Finals.